Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board order. We'll start the pledge to our flag. I'd like to ask Battalion Chief Dan Graff to come up and lead us to the pledge to the flag. Up here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wait a second. So, he's here tonight to see a new battalion chief sworn in. That battalion chief is replacing him because tomorrow is his last day as an employee of the Village of Bolingbrook. Correct?
Correct.
You might have to answer a question.
Hopefully I can.
How long were you employed here, Dan?
29 years full-time, and then I was a paid-on-call starting in...
You got to talk to the mic.
29 years full-time, and I started as a paid-on-call in 1989.
And are you the first person in your family that worked for the fire department?
No, my father was here, one of the original 6, started back in 1973 full-time, but had been within the village like early 60s. Early 60s.
And what rank did he achieve?
Battalion chief.
So it's kind of in the family, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's been honestly a true honor to be a part of the organization and serve the residents and community and work alongside all of the individuals within the organization. It's been my honor.
So I understand you may be teaching?
I do at College of DuPage, so I'm going to continue to do that, and we'll see how long that lasts.
Are you going to look for like bit parts in Chicago Fire?
No, I'm good. Maybe you can be an extra by the end of the month.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Next, roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Basta.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here.
All right, next we have the approval of minutes, the regular meeting of June 23rd. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee
Basta.
Costa, second trustee Lawler. Questions, comments, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Approve the agenda. I'd like to reorder the ordinances so that ordinance 2 is 4 and the others will become 1, 2, and 3. Not a big change, it's just that 2 should have been last. Anyway. Fair enough, anything else?
No other additions or corrections, Mr. Mayor.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended? Motion trustee Carpenzano, second trustee Watts. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The agenda is approved. Approval of boards and commissions, we have none this evening. Reports of officers, we have 2 people are being promoted. I'm going to start with the lieutenant and move to the battalion chief. So would Mark Butner come to the podium along with the family members present this evening? Come on up. All right, joining me on my left, your right, is Deputy or Director of Public Safety Ken Temple and Deputy Fire Chief Trinidad Garza. And Mark, if you'd like to introduce your family.
This is Chase, Cole, my dad Tom, my mom Kathy.
That was almost a record introduction. Okay, thanks for coming tonight. Mark joined the Bolingbrook Fire Department in 2006 as a firefighter paramedic. In 2012, he was assigned as a shift engineer. He will be assigned as a lieutenant on the A shift. Mark has a Bachelor of Science degree in Fire Science, summa cum laude from Columbia Southern University. He's also has certifications to the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office, including Fire Officer 1, Rope Operations, Water Operations, Fire Service Instructor 1. Mark is a member of the department's car seat installation team, Water Rescue Team, and Origin and Cause Team. He was nominated by his peers for Firefighter of the Year in 2014. He resides in Bolingbrook. In his spare time, he enjoys coaching baseball for the Bolingbrook Rampage, watching his boy play hockey, and recently took up a big interest in golf. How recent?
Sorry, before we go, Police and Fire Commission.
Hi, good idea. Oh, boy, how long have you been playing golf?
COVID was the start of that.
Oh. What do you shoot normally?
I played 2 balls right now till August 1st.
Okay, I've got to bring up the Police and Fire Commission members present this evening. Would they please come forward? Need to replace that. I don't know where the other one went. I'll start with the chair of the commission, Major Jones. Next to Major Jones is Gretchen Schroeder. Next to Gretchen is Prem Lavani, Talat Rashid, Sandy Balsamo, and Ray Macri. So thank you all for being here this evening. For those of you who don't know, the Police and Fire Commission is a group that by state statute is appointed, and they do all the interviewing of prospective firefighters and police officers. They conduct the testing, they make sure the physical agility test is taken, the written test is taken, then they conduct interviews of all applicants and establish a list in which to hire from. And then 2 years, that list is good for 2 years, which expires, and they start over with a new list and go through the same process again. It's a very tedious, time-demanding job, so thank you for your service. Next. Would you like to step forward, Mark? Or why don't you go over here? Why don't you see so you can be seen on camera?
Here?
That's fine, you, I was talking about the family. Try to get a nice shot of the whole family here. I hope. Anyway, raise your hand, please. I state your name.
I, Mark Buehner,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I'll uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a lieutenant in the Bolingbrook Fire Department
as a lieutenant in the Bolingbrook Fire Department
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
I'd like to say a little- I take your hand, but I guess we're not supposed to do that. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Whatever you're comfortable with.
I understand. Next to being promoted to battalion chief, replacing Dan Graff, who led us in the pledge, is Joe Fagan. Joe, would you come up with your family? Got room? Would you like to introduce your family?
Sure. This is my wife Jen, my daughter Madison, my stepson Ryan, my mom Sharon, my dad Rich, my father-in-law Irv.
Ah, welcome. Joe Fagan. Joe started his career as a volunteer firefighter in Chicago Ridge and then worked full-time for the Brookfield Fire Department. Joseph joined the Bolingbrook Fire Department in 2000 as a firefighter paramedic. In 2010, he's promoted to lieutenant. He'll be assigned to Battalion Chief B Shift. Joe has his Bachelor of Science degree in Fire Administration from Columbia Southern University. He also has certifications to the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office as a Fire Officer 2, Incident Safety Officer, Swift Water Technician, Structural Collapse Operations, and Rescue Specialist. He's a member of the Department's Water Rescue Team, the Community Risk Reduction Team, the Tool Committee, and Awards Committee and Safety Committee. Never heard of the Tool Committee. Is it a big committee?
Yeah, the guy that heads it is very important.
Who's the head tool?
PC Banda.
That was just teed up too well. You know? Joe resides in Bolingbrook with his wife Jennifer and children, and in his spare time he enjoys running, biking, kayaking, and motorcycles. So, if you would, raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Joseph Fagan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a battalion chief in the Bolingbrook Fire Department
as a battalion chief in the Bolingbrook Fire Department
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
Congratulations. Oh, what's going on here doing on TV? Come on. Yeah, thanks for coming. Next, we have public comments regarding any items before the board this evening. Is there anyone here that has a comment regarding the agenda before us this evening? No. You have a comment? You have to come up here.
It's not about the agenda, but something I'd like to ask.
It's what?
It's something in regards to Kings Road extension.
Okay, come on up now.
Thank you.
Question regarding Kings Road extension. Well, I'll let you ask the question. Good, Mike, they can't hear it at home.
Okay, thank you, very clear. Hello, my name is David Startek, and I live on Bethel Avenue, which faces east of the new King Roads extension. There was a meeting about it, and I was unable to attend, so I just need some clarification. I was told, go north of Hasser Boulevard, and I'll see Kings Road, exactly transplanted over. For the most part, yes. However, there's one thing I'm not happy about. The speed limit north of Hassard is 30 miles per hour. South of Hassard, it's 40. People are going to be going 45, 50 behind my house. I have little children. I swear I will throw a basketball out there if I see a car speeding. I don't care. Why is that 30 and why is South 40? That was my only question.
Lucas.
They would have done
Lucas.
When the road was originally built, they would have done a speed study, and that's kind of the design of it, why it breaks from 30 to 40. 30 seems like it would be a little slow for a road that doesn't have any driveways on it, but it's definitely something that we can take a look at. And
Neither does north of Hassard, though. There's no driveways there.
right, but I would say you should be closer to 35, 40 north of Hassard as opposed to being 30 south. But, you know, we constantly look at speeds in town all over. We'll be able to set some traffic counters out once we get some traffic on there, and we'll be able to find out how fast people are actually going, and then go from there.
I mean, like that sign, which said 116 tickets last year, that's been up.
No, we have traffic counters that we actually can put on the road that will tell us how fast the cars are going, and it'll give us a distribution of all the traffic on there.
Well, I think you make a fair point. To me, it probably should be the same speed limit,
Exactly.
the entire length.
It's going to be the same.
But I would ask that we wait a couple of weeks till the road is completely open and watch it then, so we get a true picture of what it is, because theoretically, King Road south of 115th isn't done yet. And
That's where I live, right there.
in fact, if anything, unfortunately, once it's open the entire way, the speed might even increase. But,
Well, then, to be fair,
you make a good point. We'll absolutely look at it. I think you make a very good point, and I think you've got the board's attention, and I think you've got Lucas Rickman's attention.
I hope so, because I have emailed him in the past, and I haven't gotten any response about,
To me?
not you, Lucas. We met before at a village meeting, because I haven't gotten a response, and a certain trustee introduced us, and then the next day I got a response finally from Mr. Patel. And that was a 6-week lag time, just so you know. I have the emails, the timestamps and everything on them.
I'll meet you out there tomorrow.
Probably just well, he's not on the microphone now, but here. Send me an email if you don't get a response,
Okay.
and I will forward it if necessary, depending on when you send it. But, no, I think you make a valid point.
What does that mean?
I'm retiring.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Actually, I have the original when we first got it. Has everything changed? Yeah. See, we have that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you didn't get a response. That will be taken care of. But you make a very valid point, and it's a brand-new road, and we've been pushing hard to get it done. It's
I
been,
knew, when I bought the house 7, 8 years ago, we knew, and we had no problem with it, because they kept saying, it's gonna be exactly the same. It's fine. To me, same means everything.
speed limit too.
Speed limit too. I know the trees look nice, the lights look nice, looks great, bike path, it's just that speed limit bothers me.
Okay.
And it bothers a lot of my neighbors, unfortunately, they're not here.
Okay.
Uh,
Got any questions of the resident? If I didn't get your name again, please, what is it?
David
David
Startek,
Startek.
A-R-T-E-K.
Anyone else have a comment about the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on. Bill approved, Exhibit A, $10,897.18. Exhibit B, $3,635,198.54. A total of $4,146,095.72. Is there a motion to approve the bills? Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Jazzowitz. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
First motion this evening. In fact, our only motion this evening. Motion to amend the start time for the July 28th board meeting, 2 weeks from tonight, from the 8 o'clock normal start to a 7 o'clock board meeting start. Is there a motion? Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Basta. The village is published for a number of public hearings and annexations which are going to be added to the agenda on July 28th. There's also a number of business items on July 28th board meeting. Therefore, the staff has requested the starting time be moved to 7 o'clock so we don't run too late. So the next board meeting will start at 7 as opposed to 8. And that will be widely publicized. That'll be on the webpage. So we'll make it nice and large. And that will be my last board meeting. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Lucas, I drove King Road today, and it looks great, except there seems to be several trees missing. One whole side on the west side has no trees, and there's a couple of gaps in the islands, and there's also a couple of gaps on the east side. Could you give me an update on what's going on there tomorrow? But it does look good. The roundabout's looking good. It's going to be a huge improvement in infrastructure on the west side of Bolingbrook. Our first ordinance this evening is an ordinance providing for the issuance of not to exceed $52,500,000 of general obligation refunding bonds in one or more series of the Village of Bolingbrook, Will, and DuPage County, Illinois, and providing for the levy and collection of direct annual tax for the payment of principal and interest of said bonds, subject to attorney approval. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Basta, second trustee Watts. This ordinance authorizes the issuance up to $52,500,000 in GO bonds, general obligation bonds, to refinance portions of existing 2013 and 14 GO issued bonds. There is no new debt being issued. These are refunding established bonds. We're doing something like you would do if you refinance the mortgage on your home. Interest rates are very low, and we're taking advantage of that. Additionally, the village is authorized the use of $8 million from fund balances in the West Side Regional Stormwater Fund and $5 million from the General Corporate Fund and $5 million and $3 million to pay down the debt. These funds come from the sale of vacant land around the golf course, lots in Americana Estates, and stormwater contributions for development around the golf course. The present value savings of the refinancing is estimated at 7.825%, and the savings would be $9,936,136. The current village outstanding debt is $284,225. Regardless to what you see on Facebook and postings, we're not $360 million, as some people choose to say. We're at $284,225. After what we do tonight, the village's outstanding debt will reduce further to $249,795. This is long-term debt reduction of $34,430,000. We're doing this as we plan to do it over the last several years. Provided the municipal market stays stable, the closing should occur in early September. This ordinance is being passed subject to village board or village attorney approval, so the village can make sure all the parameters mentioned above are met when the bonds go to market. Again, there's no additional bonds. We're simply reducing the village debt to $249 million, something, again, we said we would do when the bonds were issued originally. And just to be sure, people ask sometimes what that debt's for and question that debt. That debt, among many things, provided for the West Side stormwater land acquisition, the stormwater around Arcadia Court, Hassert Boulevard, Weber to Essington, the West Side stormwater grading excavation, the Public Works Building, the construction of Fire Stations 4 and Fire Stations 5, Crossroads Parkway, Kings Road and 95th Street, Remington Extension, Veterans Parkway, Royce Road, Northeast Frontage Road, traffic signals in numerous locations, historic Bolingbrook sidewalks and streetlights that people in historic Bolingbrook wanted, Fire Station 3 renovations, town center improvements, the Citizens Lagoon and Stormwater where Meyer Park is now located, which used to be a lagoon with a sewage treated water in it, James Avenue improvements, Lily Cash to 4 lanes, the town center improvements, the addition to the police department, the renovation of the community center, the King Road roundabout improvements, and again, various traffic signals. That's just some of the bigger projects. So that debt was put in to provide the infrastructure of that community, and it was designed to be paid down as we collected revenues off the stormwater plan. And we're doing exactly what we said we would do, and I'm very proud to say that debt has been reduced from an alleged $319 million or over $300 million down to $249, and will be continued to be reduced as the years pass. We get a motion? We did get a motion.
Yes.
Questions?
Mayor, I just want to commend yourself and staff, our legal team. I know a lot of time was put into structuring this, and we've said time and time again that every opportunity that we had to refinance the debt and find savings, we would do that. And this is just another great example of that, of over $9 million in savings. So I just wanted to thank staff and yourself for the diligence that it took to process this refinancing.
Well, the critics on the debt, it's like I read off those projects. I'd only ask them, which one of those would they suggest we didn't do? We made a decision to put in the infrastructure, Hassett Boulevard, for example, to provide east-west corridors before the growth got here, before the congestion was so bad that it was a big detriment or a big hassle to put in a road improvement. So all that's done. And quite frankly, this village should never have to issue any new debt. Never. We have all the fire stations we need. We have all the public works facilities here. The roads are in place. All we have to do in the future will be resurface those roads, because the only roads that are left to be built will be built by home builders. For example, when the Bronx Farm sells to be developed in the housing, that's across the street in the clubhouse, they will be responsible for building the additional 2 lanes that Rodale Drive will be expanded to. The land along 115th Street, that'll eventually be extended for it dead ends now at King all the way over to Essington. And when that road will be paid for by all that vacant farmland when those home builders buy it to build those homes. So all that's left will be paid for by developers. The rest of it is being paid for through, like a stormwater plan. How much did Northern Builders pay for the stormwater? $3 million for the stormwater plan? Because we put in the stormwater retention area and they're paying us back for our investment, plus interest. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to skip to what was 3 is now 2. Ordinance amending Chapter 13 of Municipal Code and decreasing Class A from 3 to 2 and increasing Class D from 17 to 18, the Holiday Inn. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Jaskowitz, second trustee
Basta.
Basta. The Holiday Inn at 205 Remington Boulevard has had a Class A liquor license since they opened. Class A licenses are what are called bars or tavern license. The hotel will submit a request to convert from that license to a Class D license, which is what the other hotels have. This ordinance decreases the Class A license from 3 to 2 and increases the D license from 17 to 18 to reflect the change. This, too, has been an ongoing plan to get rid of bars. Our liquor licenses for a full-service are now require that you have 60% of your income is based on food, restaurants. So that's what all the restaurants have and hotels have. So consequently, we're down to 2 bar licenses. Tailgaters is 1.
Clementine.
Clementines.
For Clementines and,
It's a 2.
well, I thought tailgaters had a different classification. Anyway, we've gotten rid of several bars, so now that's one of the reasons the Liquor Commissioner's position is not as demanding. The police department monitors all the hotels and bar licenses. We send in stings every 3 to 6 months to check on them, and you don't have near as many problems. We don't, in fact, really have any problems in the restaurants. So we're getting rid of the bars, something my college friends would never quite understand. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Number 3, the ordinance amending Chapter 13 of Municipal Code and increasing Class D2 from 20 to 21, Mandy's Soul Food Kitchen. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
trustee Watts, second trustee Carpenzano. Mandy's Soul Food Kitchen, which is currently located in the Indian Oaks Plaza, Route 53 and 151 East Boughton Road, that's a 2-story shopping area directly behind Checkers on 53. It's upstairs restaurant, which is not the best of locations, but that's where she got her start and built her business. She's applied for a Class D2 license. This requires, again, 60% food sales, is what most of the other restaurants have. The ordinance increases that from D2 license from 20 to 21 to accommodate the request. Now, she's asking for this because she's moving from that location in Indian Oaks Plaza over to the new shopping area directly across the street from Portillo's. She has the 2 end caps, or the 1 end cap, it's 2 storefronts on the west end of that building. And I'm told she'll be opening sometime in August. But she does a great business, and she got some fabulous food. I've eaten it several times. Very, very tasty. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
And again, that license is still 10 p.m. at night. Restaurants, most of the restaurants close at 10. And lastly, which is for discussion only this evening, it's ordinance amending chapters 2, 3, 13, and 19 in Municipal Code regarding administration of the Executive Department. Is there a motion? Well, no, we're not, we're just going to discuss tonight. The ordinance would convert the office of mayor from full-time to part-time. The change would be effective with the consolidated election of April 21. The salary of the part-time mayor would be $35,000 a year and would include the duties of alcohol and tobacco commissioner. Trustee salary would be $16,625, and the clerk's salary would be $24,000. The clerk's position would be a part-time elected position. All salaries would be adjustable annually based on the Consumer Price Index. The ordinance would be also reestablish the village administrator position and formalize the deputy mayor position with a 5% stipend over the trustee's salary. And we have also put together a new reorganization plan of the administration below that of the board and the mayor. And that plan has been, the trustees have been briefed with the details of that. We'll be releasing those later in the week for general public consumption. Will be the establishment of co-administrators. It's kind of a unique solution, but I think was well received with the trustees when they were briefed on it. And that'll take effect, well, right after the 1st August. So anyone here would like to discuss those changes or the proposed ordinance this evening? I mentioned the liquor licenses because we reduced the number of bars, which have really reduced significantly the duties of the liquor commissioner. The same is true of the tobacco commissioner, which was created years ago, because tobacco was a major problem. You could buy cigarettes and tobacco over 18. We changed that to 21. About a year later, the state of Illinois adopted a 21-year requirement, and that greatly reduced the problems of tobacco sales to minors. It's one thing for a minor to find an 18-year-old to buy them cigarettes, something else for a 16 or 17-year-old to find somebody that's 21-year-old to buy them cigarettes. Most people by 21 have realized it's not a good idea to buy a minor cigarettes. So we also do stings with our tobacco license. We send people to tobacco stores and we check them to see if they check IDs, and we rarely have a violation. So, and again, the police department monitors those stings too. Again, no more questions? Well. Questions from the audience? Seeing none, trustee comments, reports. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. Anytime golf tournament, join us in giving the gift of hope for teens. Heart Haven Outreach 17th Annual Fundraiser. Schedule your tea time anytime August 1st through September 1st at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Barbecue, celebration, and golf awards Thursday, September 3rd. Register at hearthavenoutreach.org/gov. The census. Today, more than ever before, we need to count everyone living in the village of Bolingbrook in order to ensure that our community receives critical resources and accurate representation. Regardless of your legal status, your religion, how many are in your family, or who is a part of it, we all count in Bolingbrook. It only takes a few minutes to fill out the census. Visit my2020census.gov or call 844-330-2020 as they are available from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. 7 days a week. Por favor, para decirles que el census es muy importante. Si tienen un computadora en la casa, pueden visitar MU2020census.gera0v. Es muy importante, queremos saber cuántos viven en tu casa, no para los policías que vienen a tu casa a levantar nadie, no, es nomás por componer los calles para que uno pueda ir tranquilo cuando maneja, y luego es para agarrar para ayudar los hijos con las voces que llevan a los niños a la escuela. So, si puede hacer eso, es muy importante. Tenemos que ganar ese dinero para Bolingbrook. Y si nos puede ayudar, por favor, pueden hablar al número 844-330-2020. Están abiertos a 7 hasta las 2 de la tarde, 7 días de la semana. Gracias.
The discussion earlier was on road construction. This is construction season. You can see the roads, all the roads that are under construction for this summer up on the village website. But as you're traveling east to west on Boughton Road, construction has started west of Kings Road all the way to Naperville-Plainfield Road. So you want to plan some extra time to get, if you're going all the way west on Boughton Road, and that should last 2 to 3 weeks if everything goes according to schedule. So just awareness of construction on Boughton Road. Tomorrow night starts the first in a series of concerts sponsored by or put on by the Village of Bolingbrook. Last week finished the first 6 concerts that were put on by the Bolingbrook Park District. We are practicing socially distancing behavior. The hill is marked off on areas that have separation. We are requesting that you keep your distance in between other parties that are there. It worked out pretty well last week. We had a good-sized crowd. And wear face coverings when you get near folks that you are not cohabitating with on a regular basis. So that would be very polite, and it's showing respect to them. The concerts always start at 7:30 and go till 9 o'clock. And you can gather on the hill. There are chairs provided. You can bring your own chairs and food and beverages as well. Tomorrow night's band is Strung Out. They've been here before, and it's a 70s and 80s band. Pretty good music. That's it. Thank you.
American Red Cross, there is an urgent need for blood donors. We have several drives coming up in the next few weeks, the first of which is Knights of Columbus Council 11092 is hosting a blood drive at Bolingbrook Fire Department Station 5. Another of which will be held a mobile drive at the Fountaindale Public Library on August the 14th. And Community Service Council will be hosting a Bolingbrook Community Blood Drive second time around on August 28th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Village of Bolingbrook has several cooling centers with the temperatures being so hot outside. First of which is the Community Center, 201 Canterbury. At the Promenade, there are 2 of them, Building 400 behind Barnes & Noble, as well as Building 700 across from Rock Bottom, and also Bolingbrook Station number 4. Last but not least, coming back by popular demand is Coffee with the Chiefs. We'll be returning on August the 4th. Please stay tuned for more details on location and time. Thank you very much.
All right, the Bolingbrook STEM Association, in conjunction with STEM Shala, they're excited to let you know that there will be a virtual summer break coding STEM camp taking place July 20th. That's next Monday through Friday the 24th. It's 1 hour each day, and there's 2 different age categories, age 9 through 11 and age 12 through 18. To learn more about this, you can go to bolingbrookSTEM.org. To register, you go to bolingbrookSTEM.org/codecamp. Students will learn Python, HTML, and Scratch game design, some basic fundamental web designing type skills. And so it's an opportunity to learn coding if you've never experienced it as a student, or you can enhance your current coding skills. So Bolingbrook STEM organization is excited. You can email info@bolingbrookSTEM.org if you have any questions. Trojan football and cheer, they're offering free training camps, and that's every Wednesday and Friday in July, beginning July 8th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. They are exercising safety guidelines. They're letting us know they will be followed. And all participants must sign a COVID waiver. So for more information, you can email bbtrojans@gmail.com. And then finally, I know there's a lot of excited residents about this one. Will County has a new free electronic drop-off program location here in Bolingbrook. That location is 301 Recreation Drive here in Bolingbrook. It's first and third Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. And they do have some COVID requirements. Participants must remain in their vehicles at all times, and you will be asked to show an ID by holding it to the window for staff to see. But all electronic items are accepted. They can be broken or obsolete, but they ask that you please remove batteries before dropping off the items. Thank you.
The street market at the Promenade Bolingbrook is happening. They had to take a week off due to some weather, but they are back every Thursday from 4 o'clock to 9 p.m. at the Promenade. There's not an official concert series, but there is some live music going on while you browse the street market, so there's no chairs set up. You can definitely bring your own if you want, but of course they are always encouraging social distancing and face coverings. The street market will run through, they extended it through September 3rd. So every Thursday, 4 to 9 p.m., and then that music will play acoustically from 6 until 8 p.m. Mobile food pantry. The Bolingbrook Church is hosting a mobile food pantry tomorrow, July 15th, from 10 in the morning till 11:30, and they are located at 301 East Boughton Road, and again, the food pantry of Bolingbrook Church. And just a quick congratulations to Joe and Mark, and a big congratulations on a well-served career for Dan Graff. So that's all. Thank you.
Speaking of food pantries, as I talk about every meeting, they need your help, they need your support. DuPage Township Food Pantry, the mobile food pantry, any of those, they could use your help, your support, your donations, whatever you can do to volunteer or whatever. August 22nd, the Bolingbrook Village Chamber of Commerce is hosting their annual Taste of Bolingbrook. It was scheduled for August 8th. They delayed that. They moved it to later in the month. It's now August 22nd. It'll be at the Promenade. If you've attended in the past, you've always had a good time. We know our restaurants have struggled during this period of time over the last 3-4 months. And so here's a good chance to get out and support the restaurants, and by buying tickets, eating at their locations, and attending the Taste of Bolingbrook. Again, August 22nd at the Promenade. Thank you.
Question came up on Facebook that it's not true we won't be issuing more bonds. You'll need more bonds for the debt to pay for the water lines when the lawsuit against Illinois American is completed. I specifically said our general obligation bonds, which are the full faith and credit of the Village of Bolingbrook. The water fund is based on revenue bonds based on the water usage, not on the full faith and credit of the assessed valuation of individual homeowners. So those are revenue bonds. In fact, those bonds will be issued by the Northern Illinois Water Agency, which is a combination of Lamont, Woodridge, Romeyville, Homer Glen, and Bolingbrook. So back to my statement, we will not need to do any more general obligation bonds. And I would suggest, Joe, that you study your municipal code. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vasta, seconded by Lawler. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, or opposed? We stand adjourned.
Hey, Ken.
TV, how's this? How's that for service?
Wow. Thank you.
That coffee with the Chiefs